From the crappy basement headquarters of AWS Studios, this is the Almost Weekly Show with Bitsy Manitow.
Thanks for joining us for the Almost Weekly Show. Not too much national news this week, but local stuff definitely. We'll get students' perspectives on the new branding campaign that was put forth by the university last week. And new correspondent Elyse is in the field reporting on a very important issue. But first, the news. The home of Purdue Half Marathon is scheduled for this weekend, and I have to say, I'm a little confused. If it's called the home of Purdue Half Marathon, then why is the course in Flora? Also, if runs are supposed to be about health, then why is the 5K sponsored by MGD64? And are they offering that beer at the water stations? Because if they are, I think I may try exercise for the first time in my adult life. In sport-related news, as many students and Boilermaker fans everywhere know, last Saturday during practice, basketball forward Robbie Hummel tore his ACL for the second time in 8 months. But I mean, we'll be okay, right? We've got Juwan Johnson and that other kid, and it won't be too horrible, will it? Okay. Some advice for Robbie's doctors. Maybe consider turning Hummel into a cyborg. I personally think it's the next step in college athletics. And everyone knows how awesome it is to watch robots in sports. In international news, engineers in the Swiss Alps have drilled the final segment of what is now the world's longest tunnel. This project has taken 14 years to complete and finally concludes the world's longest and most boring news story. The Swiss excitedly added longest tunnel to their list of accomplishments, which also includes cheese, clocks, cocoa mix, army knives, bank accounts, and those creepy little figurines that my Aunt Bruda has all over her fireplace mantle. It's like they watch me when I sleep. Jesus. Purdue brought forth a new branding campaign last week. The new campaign includes several different sculptures around campus, gigantic posters on the windows of some buildings, and a new slogan, "We are Purdue, makers all." The Almost Weekly Show took to the streets to get some student input on the matter.
I think it's stupid. There is a giant moon outside of MSEE, and I swear I saw somebody carrying a cutout of Neil Armstrong the other day to put by it. And there's a giant pencil outside of Beering with a fence around it.
I love the new branding campaign. I think that it's ambiguous and it allows each person to develop their own identity.
I kind of like it. It's kind of catchy, actually. I think it's a little clever. And it's really inspiring to see my organic chemistry professor plastered on Witherall Hall.
I love the new branding campaign. I think that other people they just don't get it, and Purdue people can be so negative sometimes.
I don't like it at all. I think it's ambiguous. I think that it costs the university a lot of money and that they should have thought through it a little bit better, something that's more effective that would really get to students.
I don't know. I've been a Boilermaker for like 6 years, and now I'm just a maker. I don't know. As long as you make me some A's so I can graduate in December, that's all I really care about.
Okay, I feel this is stupid. I don't like it. I think it's so much waste of money. The comma, what's that for?
My personal opinion, I kind of like the new slogan, but I also think I could have paid 3 freshmen a case of PBR and a frozen pizza to come up with this in roughly 30 minutes. Not that I would ever contribute to the drunkenness of a minor. Let's ignore the outright lie I just told and move on to the new correspondent, Elyse. Elyse, what's going on?
Hello, Betsy. Let's see. It's kind of a nice day outside.
Did you just call me Betsy?
Of course not.
What's my name then?
Come on, B. Your name is not important when up against the news. We've got some real issues to cover today.
Okay, well, let's go ahead with the issues.
Purdue University, though known throughout the nation, is not always recognized locally. In order to rectify the problem, Purdue's marketing division is going to hire a firm to create an advertising and public relations plan that will reach all residents of Greater Lafayette.
Oh, After the branding campaign cost upwards of $250,000, one would have to wonder how much this local recognition campaign is going to cost.
Well, initial bids have just come in at just over $170,000. However, I have put in a bid at just under $6,000, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the account.
Elyse, what makes you qualified over these large firms that handle several nationally recognized clients every year?
Come on, B. First off, I'll pretend to be working with the committee. Second, I'll survey a small portion of the population and inflate the number so that it looks like I talked with thousands. Third, and probably the most important step, I'll eat a frozen pizza and drink a couple bottles of wine. And finally, I will come up with a dazzling idea that will impress the marketing department and possibly cause several of the married men to fall in love with me. Maybe some of the ladies.
Elyse, what happens when they don't offer you the contract?
Of course they're going to offer me the contract. That's like saying you would rather buy a new pair of jeans than get them used at a discount flea market for 99 cents.
You do just realize you compared yourself to Dirty Pants, right?
Well, regardless, I'm going to get this job. Don't you have faith in me, B?
What's my name?
Beverly?
No.
Bethany?
No.
Cut me some slack. At least I know there's a B and a Y. It's not Barbie or...
It's Bitsy.
Barbie.
It's Bitsy.
Oh, yeah.
New correspondent Elyse, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the Almost Weekly Show, with new episodes up almost every Friday. If you like the show, be our friend on Facebook and suggest us to your friends. If you don't like the show, talk a lot of trash about us, and make sure to include a link to our YouTube page. I'm Bitsy Matatal, and that's it. Done.